What is the CFA? I mean, many of you will be either members or aware of, but we're really here and we exist to drive ethics, improve market integrity, and just the overall professional standards of the investment industry. And that is our sole mission. We're a not-for-profit. Really, all of the effort goes into trying to improve that as an outcome statement. But there's a key end bit to this. Our mission ends with, for the ultimate benefit of society. And that is a key addendum. It's not just about the investment industry. There's got to be a purpose to why we're here, what we're doing. And a lot of what we do, I think, is really aimed at that crucial difference is, what is the purpose of finance? We really spend a lot of time trying to reconnect what we do with why we do it. Because unless we make that link, unless we're successful in making that statement, then we really have very little future. We've already seen what happened 10 years ago in the crisis, and it's been very difficult to get beyond that. And that's because trust just disappeared from the industry. And an awful lot, I think, of what we try and do now is to really start to rebuild that trust brick by brick. And it's in forums like this that I hope part of that process sort of takes place. How do we do that? It's three areas we have. Member value, we concentrate on members and what they do and what they can have. Credentials, clearly one thing CFA is known for, thank you. One thing CFA is known for is setting tough exam. Many of you will have experienced, enjoyed, suffered from that process. But that's all part of that effort of raising that professional integrity and standards. But then we do more than that. Advocacy is also a key part of what we do. We're trying to work with authorities, regulators, markets to try and introduce best practice and what we see and share and common beliefs around the world. We now operate in over 80 countries, 150,000 members. Last year, 280,000 people sat a CFA exam of some kind, level 1, 2, or 3. That all happens on just 2 days in the whole year. It's a mad business plan if you think of it. But that's what we set out to do. But it all comes back to this point again. There's one slide that I do want to show you on this, which is this. This summarizes a report that we did earlier on in this year called The Future State of the Investment Profession. We're very good at benefiting us. We're very good at extracting value for us. The other axis deals with what's for benefit of society. How do what we do benefit the wider community, society out there? And obviously in all of these 2x2 matrices, the ideal is all your activities should head up towards the top right. If you don't, you end up with poor outcomes, misaligned industry, exists just for the benefit of the industry players. We've seen that. We know what happens at the end of that process. Or you end up with society just going on its own way because it doesn't see the value of what the industry is creating or offering. Neither of those outcomes is a particularly exciting one or interesting one for finance professionals. So we really just come back to that process of how do we reconnect with purpose? How do we use that purpose to benefit overall society? And that's by creating overall wealth, growth, jobs, and involvement within it. That's where trust comes from. Trust comes from doing that and producing the outcomes that society can see is a benefit to everyone. That's how you get a license to operate, and we need that license to operate within the industry overall.